want to take your little, oh no. Putco product number 184600. All right, now we're back. There we go. A little unboxing. Sorry about the echo. Get closer to it here in a minute. So it should have the brackets just ready to attach most of your rooftop tents directly to it. Alright. Should be a bag of hardware. Looks like it's right here. The supports run through there. All right, step one is to remove these plugs that are in the bed cap, and that way you get access through the side. Let's zoom in on that. I'm assuming that's where that goes. It's going to be a 3/8 nut and washer that go in there, and then a 3 1/4 inch bolt will then go into and down, and that's what holds the side cap to the bed. The instructions actually recommended using an X-Acto knife. I feel like a industrial strength, one of those big box cutters that has the straight blade in it would probably do pretty good as well. I'm making do with just a kind of a knife that's seen better days. So just be extremely careful that you don't overextend it there and then end up cutting yourself, because it's going to require a little bit of effort to get through that plastic. So just note to self on that. All right, so included in the kit are these nut plates, and basically how we're going to do this, they include some rubber bands, and these rubber bands are going to hold this threaded plate on the bottom side, and of course we've got one hole done here. That looks pretty horrible, but at least it will be covered up. So next time I'll be prepared and have what I need, like never. So anyway, the way this works, remember the hole over there. We are going to lower this down and into place down in that hole. Try to get access to the hole. I am looking at what potentially is going to be an obstruction in the form of this, which holds that on. So I'm probably going to have to modify that in some way. So we'll take a look at that here in just a minute. All right, you can see, see if I can turn the flashlight on. Okay, so all I did was I took basically, I guess, like a gasket scraper, and I just popped the end off. Whatever keeps that, or whatever was holding up, I didn't feel like it was doing much of anything anyway, because as you go across there, that's anchored in several spots. And so what I decided to do was just cut it off. So we'll see if that gives us the clearance we need. All right, got the first one loosely staked into the stake pocket here. You can see it's got a, oh, maybe, hang on. Okay, so you can see it's got a, comes with the washer, and per the way that it said, you want to just basically leave that loose. I am now going to take this out, and that's the importance of putting your obviously your rubber bands. I may go ahead and tighten that up just a little bit more, just so it doesn't just wiggle around too much. It's going to be really hard to hit the threaded hole on that if we don't tighten it up a little bit more. So anyway, just a couple of turns. That is a 9/16 head on that bolt there. All right, got 3 more to go, and then we'll start filling out the rack. All right, had to take a break yesterday. Ended up watching a little football, and got to watch my Arkansas Razorbacks win an SEC game for the first time in 3 years. Anyway, it's a good time. So anyway, I'm back at it today. At the next step, I went back and thread locked the bolt that goes through the stake pocket to hold that bracket. Now I've got to remove the bolt that'll go through here. This is going to be the front hoop, and we'll get this set up and get it loosely installed to where the bolt is down. Can still give it enough play to be able to move around. Then we'll finish up with the back one, and then the support legs start to flesh it out from there. So anyway, let me reposition the camera and we'll get started putting that on. Alright, the instructions made no mention of the fact that that would possibly need a washer. There were 4 washers included in the kit. There's enough play on that bolt through that hole. I'm going to feel better about it if we just put a washer on it. So we're just going to go ahead and utilize that washer. the rear one in place here. Okay, so the next step is to take the, I guess this has got the two threaded holes have to be facing out in the end. And then there's actually a hole on each side that actually holds this in place. So that's gonna slide in just far enough to be able to, okay, so it's gonna be a 3/8 inch by 5/8 inch bolt on each side, and there are 8 of those, and they'll go on both ends. And then the bracketry that actually attaches the support legs to the hoops will then be that's what actually ties it all together and gives it its structure. So anyway, I'm going to run these through real quick, and we'll try to get I think the top ones are what's going to be on. The top ones are going to be on there first. So that's what goes on first. They're a little bit harder to get lined up, and then that gets the spacing correct. Everything will then get tightened up, and then the last thing that's going to go on is the bottom support. All right, so I had just a slight bit of technical difficulty, but before I had put this up here, we put the end bracket on the leg here, and the goal is to basically the contours on these hoops actually line up with the like the drip rail on the cab of the truck. So what we're going to actually do is that's why we left adjustment here. It's going to have to kind of squeeze together a little bit, but you've got these little locating tabs that are actually going to go right into this channel. And then the top will then mount into the nuts that I've already slipped in to this hoop. And let me just show you real quick. The brackets on the top are made just slightly different. Again, it's just the orientation of the pre-drilled holes that are going to go into these aluminum blocks here. Anyway, not nearly as dramatic as I felt it would be, but I left everything pretty loose. So anyway, that's it. I'll have to get a few of those square nuts, 4 on this end and 4 on this end to put on the top, and then tighten these up fairly tight, and then I'll start slowly getting the rest of it tightened up. But yeah, that's how it goes on there. So I'm still running out of storage on my phone there. So I just went ahead and put these. These are your side brackets. Note that this little support tab will point toward the bottom, and then you have your 4 points that are going to attach right here. And so it'll rest just like that. They have a little special tool to get the nut where you need to keep it while you're putting your bolt in. Anyway, I will also of note here is, if you'll notice, this is covered. So what I'm going to do is back it outside where I can get kind of away from it and just make sure that everything's straight. And I'm going to tighten up the 4 bolts that are in the bed of the truck, and then I'm going to get the the four 3.5 inch bolts that are directly down into that bracket. Then I'm going to put these on because this won't take very long, and that way I can just ensure that it's straight and I won't have to do it over again at some point in time. Okay, they include this nifty little tool here to take to get your T-nut into position. You start with the top. Then they have a shorter one. All right, get this side done, get the other side on, and then we'll give a final impression here. Overall, installation was extremely easy. Fit and finish are excellent. It's very robust and fits the lines of the vehicle quite well. It's an excellent start to an Overland build. The Venture Tech Rack. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. Thanks for watching.